Yes, everybody, welcome back to Talking Walls, a brand new video today. Lots of news and rumours over the last 24 to 48 hours or so. A big one for us to kick off with. Raul Jimenez is set to leave Wolverhampton Wanderers. A real surprise to see this, although we sort of knew it was coming this summer. Really didn't expect to see the news, and everything has happened so quick. It was broken this morning by Fabrizio Romano, exclusively saying that Raul Jimenez was one of the names on Fulham's list to potentially replace Alexander Mitrovic, but the move has moved very quickly. In the last couple of hours or so, a fee between the two clubs has been agreed, and Raul Jimenez now is set to leave the current Wolves training camp in Portugal to have his medical at Fulham tomorrow. So the fee agreed is around £5.5 million plus add-ons, which I think for a player in Raul's situation right now, not needed by the club. Last year of his deal, not really finding the form, probably past his peak. The fee is about right for Wolverhampton Wanderers, and I wish him all the best, because what a fantastic footballer he was. You could argue one of the best strikers Wolves have ever had, and that Europa League season was phenomenal. But I want him to regain and refine his form, as long as it's not against us next season. Jimenez did articles and interviews in Mexico and basically said and felt like he could still play at the highest level. People laughed at that. He wanted to stay in the Premier League though, and he's got that wish. And Fulham looks like it's going to be the destination. Things changing very quickly on that deal. But like I said, sounds like Jimenez set to leave the Wolves training camp today and have his Fulham medical tomorrow for £5.5 million. A player that could be joining Wolves is Nico Alvedi. No real new news on him, but he was named in the Borussia Mönchengladbach squad list for their friendly yesterday, or travelled with the squad, but wasn't actually in the team for the match itself. It looks like they're going to be keeping him safe away from matches so he doesn't get injured. It's my understanding that obviously they want to get a replacement in before they let Alvedi go. It looks like they are set to sign a new centre-back from Leeds United, so the Nico Alvedi to Wolves move could advance very quickly in the next couple of days or so. Ryan Giles, he's set to leave Wolves now as well. It looks like he's going to be going to Luton Town for around £4 million plus add-ons. Wasn't included in the team travelling to Portugal this weekend. This sparked a little bit of debate. I completely understand both sides of the coin of this one. I think Wolves probably should be squeezing a little bit more money out of Luton for this deal. Giles, got a really good amount of assists. I think he was actually top assists maker in the Championship last season, and Wolves fans obviously want to see him get a chance, but I think his defensive work really isn't fantastic. That's obviously something Wolves are going to be aware of. In this particular case, he's probably third or even fourth choice left back at Wolves at the moment, if you take into account Aït-Nouri, Bueno and Totti. So clubs know that, so you're never ever going to get the maximum amount of money for him, and I think Wolves will defend themselves with a good sell-on fee, some good add-ons in there as well, and obviously Ryan Giles is still playing in the Premier League under Rob Edwards, who he's played under before at AFC Telford as well. So yeah, lots of debate on that one, but £4 million, hefty sell-on fee, maybe a buyback clause for Wolves, who knows. We spoke on the last video as well about Chiquinho and Keanu Hoover. Both of their loan moves to Stoke City have now been agreed. Keanu Hoover's was on Friday. Chiquinho's was announced yesterday, which was Saturday. Really excited to see how they both get on. I think Keanu Hoover really found some good form second half of the season. But Chiquinho, he's almost lost out on 12 months of development, so needs to be playing as much as he can. Wolves have inserted recall clauses in both of those contracts, so if they're doing well, or if Wolves need them again in January, we can bring them back to the club, no problem. We're talking about Ryan Giles being left out of the Portugal squad. Another player that has been is Daniel Padence. He posted an Instagram story yesterday of him training at Compton. It sounds like he's training on his own there at the moment, with a sarcastic sun emoji, because the weather here in Wolverhampton wasn't great yesterday. But yeah, Real Betis were one of the clubs that were previously interested in him, so it looks like he's going to be leaving this summer as well. Lots of players obviously leaving the club, but Wolves will bring players in to replace them, I'm sure of that. But, you know, you need to make sure you've got deal sanctioned for players to leave before you can bring players in, especially with the financial position Wolves were in previously. We can't afford to have players like Jimenez here. We bring in a replacement striker, and then whatever move falls through for Jimenez, and he's still at the club. So Wolves have got it's quite a complicated process, but Wolves are getting there in the end. Behind the scenes, a staff member that's left the club is Tony Roberts. A few people had messaged me about this on Friday, and I thought, I'm not a clue where you're getting this information from. But yeah, Tony Roberts has left Wolves. It's been confirmed by the club. It's expected that he's going to be joining AC Milan as their new goalkeeper coach over there in Italy. You know, a huge move for him. The club gave Tony Roberts a hell of a lot of credit in their statement. In their opinion, they've got the best goalkeeper department now that they've ever had. And that's hugely thanks to Tony Roberts. Bringing some different people into the club. So, yeah, all the best to Tony Roberts. Obviously, even took charge of a game, didn't it? I can't remember. Was it a game against Chelsea? Was it the 2-2 against Chelsea he possibly managed us in? I might be completely wrong, but I've got a feeling he managed a 2-2 game when Connor Cody scored the late equaliser. A midfielder that Wolves have been interested in, reportedly, is Manchester City midfielder Tommy Doyle. 21 years of age, was out on loan at Sheffield United last season. It said that he would be interested in rejoining Sheffield United, but it looks like Man City want to sell him this summer, as they have done with a number of youth players, and Sheffield United don't quite have the funds for that one. This could possibly be a replacement for Alex Scott. All seems to have gone quiet on the Alex Scott deal at the moment. Wolves may be wanting to get one or two more bodies out the door before they fully sanction that amount of money on one player. But Tommy Doyle maybe could be a replacement for him. The Alex Scott deal, I'm sure people will ask me in the comment section. Doesn't sound like it's close because he played for Bristol City yesterday. Had a really good performance in their pre-season game as well. Another striker that we mentioned on the last video as well was Mateo Rettegi, currently of Tigre/Boca Juniors. It looks like he's going to be moving to Italy and joining Genoa. Wolves tried to hijack this deal, but it seems like it was too little too late. Almost a reverse of the João Gomez saga for us when Leon sort of pounced in, and in the end João Gomez gave Wolves his word and stuck with it. But Rettegi looks like he's going to be moving to Italy, so I don't think we'll be seeing him in a Wolves shirt this season at least. And Jackson Smith, he has left Wolves. He was out on loan at Walsall last season, and he is joining Walsall on a permanent deal. I think it's on a 1-year contract. So all the best to him as well in the future. And that is all for today, guys. Lots of stories, lots of news. And let's fingers crossed. I think it's going to be a mental few days. Wolves finally back in action against Porto, which we can all go and watch. Or watch. I'm not in Portugal, obviously, but we can all watch on the streams or whatever. So we'll have my reaction and review to that on Tuesday evening as well. But as always, guys, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, follow us everywhere at Talking Wolves for the latest updates, and I'll catch you all very, very soon.